going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking an updated look at the kvegaskickz Mambacita, the Kickwho godkiller batch with the 3.0 updated version. Before we get into them, I want to remind you that this video and all the other content on my channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only. If you're new to the channel, guys, go ahead and like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. You can also be sure to follow me on Instagram. Follow me there for more detailed info on all the shoes that I review. Also TikTok at kvegaskickz. And guys, I really appreciate all your support. So we are going to jump right into these Kobe's. So this is the updated 3.0 version from Kickwho. It wasn't less than a month ago maybe. I reviewed the 2.0 pair, which we will do a side-by-side comparison because there are some differences. But again, this is the updated 3.0 version. Go ahead and bring in Kickwho's information right there. You can see that discount code KVegas, always good on their site, and when they have a sale, my code is good for the sale price as well. So it's pretty cool, and I'll have that in the description for you. Bottom of these guys, you got that kvegaskickz Protro outsole, solid rubber, white compound, really good for traction. This being a men's size 13 does have the different traction pattern around the heel. That is something they updated with the new 3.0. The traction pattern kind of changes as you go up in sizes, and again, that's something we'll look at side by side. Compared to the other one, you got that real carbon fiber, the white Shizuku with a lower traction pattern around it, so that is correct. Everything looks good. Your midsole is in a matted out finish with the black. You got that Nike Zoom, your Braille, and then of course your phenomenon up at the toe box. Looks really good. This pair looks to be very clean as far as glue residue. Always look for that with Kobe's because, you know, they do have tendency, depending on which batch it is or whatnot, to have some sole separation. So I always like to see a clean glue job. Thankfully, I've never personally experienced a sole separation, but I've definitely seen it from other people. So I always like to see clean glue. Now, fit and comfort of these shoes, guys, these are men's 13. They fit me perfectly. This is what I would always get in my Kobe's. There's been a time or two where I've ordered a size 14 to have, like, if I'm wearing a thicker ankle brace and just need a little bit more room. But otherwise, they're a good one-to-one fit. So that's what I would tell you to do. Unless you're a wide footer, you might want to go up half size. The comfort-wise, they have the same Protro setup. So you got the Zoom turbo unit in the forefoot, just the cushion line back here in the heel, which is great for impact protection. The 3.0 version, in my experience thus far, this is my third or fourth now. They are not as stiff out of the box. That's one thing that the godkiller batch, in my opinion, was kind of known for. You'd get these and right out of the box, especially up in the forefoot where that Zoom turbo unit is, it was a little stiff, took a little break-in time. Not a lot, mind you, but it did take some. That is not something that I've been getting with these new 3.0s. They feel better, more bouncy and responsive right out of the box, which I really like. So wanted to, you know, make note of that. The upper of the shoe, of course, you got that micro mesh upper with the polyurethane scale overlays. One of the things that I had noticed with this new 3.0 batch, the upper is much more soft and pliable like a retail pair. The other batches, even the Kickwho godkiller, but certainly, you know, S2, GX, whatever, the uppers were a little bit stiff. This is much more pliable, feels much more like retail. They also changed some of the glossiness on the scales as well as the shape of the scales. I will try to show you that side by side here momentarily. I will admit that's going to be a little bit harder to show on camera, but it is changed. Perfect sleek shape on your toe box. I think they got the scale lining done very nicely. Of course, you got your white laces over top of your black torch tongue system. Very, very nice. Memory foam up here in the top of the tongue with that white Shizuku. A little bit of a gloss to that, and it is pressed in very nicely to the tongue. And as per usual with the godkiller, you got a nice shape of the tongue, that little spiral going on. You can see, of course, the scale pattern all over the back of the tongue and the sock liner, and then of course you got your Mambacita on the mold of your foot insole. I did remove the insole from the other shoes, so we'll take a look at that. Also comes with the black laces with the white tips, so you have that as an option as well. On your swoosh, I still have yet to see a batch that gets this correct like the godkiller. You do have a very nice overspray effect, and for those of you who don't know what I mean when I say that, this line around the swoosh, going from the white to the black, should not be a super crisp defined line. It should be a little quote unquote messy, like paint overspray. And so that's what I'm talking about right there. You know, we throw out these terms or you know, say things that we just take for granted what they mean. If you didn't know, I want to just explain that real quick. That is what we talk about, the overspray effect, and they got that right. Back here at the heel area, you have this very nice, almost like a patent leather finish, pearlescent. It is almost, I want to say it's a slightly different shade on this versus the 2.0. However, it could be the age on my 2.0 makes it look not quite this bright white, or pearl white, I guess I should say. So I don't really want to say that that's an update. It could be, and it could be just that mine's aged. Again, we'll see them side by side. Of course, you got your number 2 in gold, looking good there. Back of this one, of course, you have your black heel counter, really nice shape on there. And then, of course, the Mamba Academy logo in white with GG in gold. While we have this like this, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the 2.0, and we will take a look at them side by side, see some of the similarities and the differences. One of the things that I was surprised about, and this is held true to form with all the 2.0s versus 3.0s I've seen, is the height difference they've done. They have raised the height overall of the shoe. I think you can tell that pretty easily. Same thing, of course, with the height counter, or heel counter, excuse me, the height counter. The heel counter is higher up, you can see that, and that just adjusts everything, obviously. Also, this padding right here, the shape is not quite as flat. It almost looks like it got pushed in, and it's a little bit skinnier. Again, I think this is closer to retail, and I'm not sure on camera. I don't know that the color shade is going to pick up much of a difference between the two. In person, I can see it, but again, it could just be that this one is an older shoe and it's aged some, so I don't really want to say that that's a quote-unquote difference. But anyway, that's one of the big changes, is the heel area. The scales, if you can see, all right, now this is 3.0, so take a look at the overall shape of the scales and the glossiness versus this. Just a little bit different look to the scales themselves. It's almost like the new ones is a little bit more rounded, and the glossy finish to it is a little cleaner. I don't know how else to describe it, but one thing is for certain, the upper of this 2.0 is much more noticeably stiff, even though I've actually worn this pair, versus these brand new out of the box. This is much more soft and pliable. Felt so much better. I was highly impressed with that, because that's not something I was expecting, but they have definitely updated that. That looks great and feels great. Here's what I was talking about with the traction pattern at the heel. This is the old version right here, and basically every shoe, regardless of the size, all look like this. Whereas now, with the men's size 13, your higher up size, you get the correct different pattern on this back heel portion. Okay, so again, this is the new 3.0, 2.0. So 3.0 has got it right with retail. Again, if you had a smaller size, I think it may look like that, like if you had a men's 8 maybe. And you can check out their Instagram page. I think they have that broken down by which sizes, where the shifts are. But at any rate, a larger size, it should look like that. Let's just say that. So that's the main differences that I saw. Scale lining and height was pretty similar, but just the overall feel of the shoe, both the upper and the Zoom Turbo unit, felt so much better on this new 3.0. Take a look at the medial side of this one really quick. Don't want this video to be too long. Let's bring in the left one. Super clean, obviously. Get that nice, man, that's a great profile shot, or shot of it, just how that tongue just protrudes up, looks really good. Beautiful, man, they nailed this shoe. Check out the rear. Of course, this one has the Kobe, the GG. Beautiful. And we're gonna have to start moving along, guys, because I don't want this to be too awful long. Outsole looks great. Again, I hate to keep stressing it, but the upper just feels so much better. Get this light on, and we'll take a look at the Strobel real quick. Got your gray Strobel. All right, you can kind of see where that Zoom Turbo unit starts. There's your size tag. Inside of these, of course, going to come with just regular tissue paper, as per usual with a Kobe. And you do get the correct mold to your foot insole, correct size with that Mambacita design on there. Already showed you the extra laces, so that's all good. Let's set these to the side and take a look at the box. You get the OG style Pro box, gloss signature and Shizuku, gloss swoosh, branding on the bottom. gloss swoosh, and your box label Kve.6 Protro black and white men's 13. Inside you got the white tissue paper, nothing else inside the box. Box was immaculately protected in shipping. I mean, like crisp corners, they did an amazing job protecting that. It looks like I walked out of the store and the shoes looking really, really good. In my opinion, because of the overall feel of the shoe, both with the upper and the Zoom Turbo unit, definitely worth it to go ahead and go with the 3.0 as opposed to the 2.0. A nice upgrade in my opinion. So anyway guys, that's my unboxing review of this Kve.6 Mambacita, the Kickwho godkiller 3.0 updated batch. I hope that you enjoyed the review and that it was helpful for you. Let me know what you think about this pair in the comments. Be sure to follow me on my other socials and be on the lookout, guys. We got a lot more of these reviews coming your way.